Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham Hotspur show, people. Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast, crossover of the free podcast right here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel, where we discuss all three of those clubs. Joao Felix to Chelsea still ongoing. So Atletico Madrid and Chelsea are still in negotiations with that. Speaking of attacking players going to the bridge, or Chelsea trying to bring attacking players to the bridge. Victor Osimhen, there's still not even rumors. They're still negotiating with Napoli, trying to get that deal done. Chelsea also trying to get Lukaku out of Chelsea and potentially as a swap deal to get Osimhen in, and Conor Gallagher as well. So we'll be discussing that. In regards to Spurs, the league season starts tomorrow. Technically, in just 5 minutes, is technically today. Can Tottenham Hotspur finish in the top four? Can they go one better or go two places better? Can they win a trophy? We'll be talking about Archie Gray, Dominic Solanke, because I actually think they've done good business as well. So we'll be discussing all those things. And of course, let's not forget my football club, Manchester United. Not looking forward to the season, but here we are. But get all your questions in, people. Please keep them Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Make sure you run up the likes, though. Hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live. Please hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share across all socials, all social media apps you are active on. So Twitter, Instagram. Make sure that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. You see them both there, people. Retweet and like on the Twitter, share on the Instagram. And just as important, it is road to 13,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel and make sure you hit the notification bell, people. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Big up Warrior J, big up Steve, big up Eli, big up my little bro in the chat as well. Nothing but love. Big up to Stephanie G. And we do have Jez in the building as well. Yes, Jez, what are you telling me, fam? You good?
Well, then, big up, man. Everyone is good, man. Yeah, ready for the show.
Oh, bless, oh, bless. Let's see what people are saying before we get into all the information in regards to our clubs. If there's any questions as well, Ten Hag been talking too much already. Someone please take this man's mic away. I beg. But big up Stephanie G, because he's gone on to say on Xerxes, he's close. In the last month, he had an injury at Bologna. In the end, he made the selection of the Netherlands. That means he was out of our first games in preseason. So he had no games. That's his problem at the moment. So basically, he's not match fit. So forget.
He basically ruled them out for tomorrow.
Forget Xerxes. What did you say, fam?
No, I was saying you basically ruled them out for tomorrow.
Yeah, he's basically out. So you can forget Xerxes because Xerxes ain't going to play off this. Højlund's injured. Sancho's out the door. So we all know what it's going to be. What I said it was going to be. Bruno as the false nine, Mount in the 10. That's what we going to line up with. But everyone was telling me about Ruud van Nistelrooy and Hack and how the Ineos and the new ownership and new structure are dictating lineups to him. And it's going to look very much like a Ten Hag lineup to me. But hey, we move. So that's just confirmed it, like Jess said. So yeah, great. And it's going to be Garnacho and Rashford either side. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat. And Ange Postecoglou on Yves Bissouma. He says he won't be available on Monday. We've suspended him from Monday's game. He needs to build that trust back with both me and the group. The door is open for him, and we can help him realize the decisions he's made has impacted the group. So did he get caught on video laughing gas? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so basically, he recorded himself putting it on his IG story when he was doing it. Yeah. And obviously, he realized there was some BS. People caught on that. Obviously, it's on the socials. It happens. And then the club obviously found out like that immediately, you know. So pretty much caught himself in 4K. And I literally tweeted that on the day when it came out, saying like, if you do that, at least don't do that on 4K. Like,
yes, you just do that. What an idiot, man. What a fool. We got Surfer in the building. What are you saying, Surfer? You good?
Yeah, I just hope they don't check in Cuckoo's balloons. That's all. If he scores a lot of goals this
season. Don't check his balloons. And speaking of Chelsea, Chelsea and Atletico are keeping contacts active behind the scenes for Joao Felix / Conor Gallagher. Saga remains on. Deal intense situation, but not collapse so far. There's still work needed between the clubs. Agreed after Rodion deal off. Joao has already said yes to Chelsea. thoughts on this in particular? Joao Felix and Conor Gallagher as well.
So everyone knows how I feel about Joao Felix, one of my favourite players. So I'm glad that we've gone back for him. This is what football karma is, people. I laughed at him at the Euros I laughed at him. That's what happened.
You did.
I laughed even before he took the penalty. I was destroying him during that game, winding people up, especially Eddie. And that football karma said, "Got a big middle finger." It's actually just went, there you go. That's what happens. Wow. Happens. Unbelievable. Why didn't I laugh at like Nico Williams or something like that? Or I don't know. That's how football karma is going to work. Well, I can't make sure I just laugh at better players. So, it's a very so yes, obviously nothing much has happened in the past week since we spoke last podcast. Been very quiet, Chelsea. It's all been good. But so yeah, the Samu Omorodian deal fell through on Sunday night. Reportedly, there's several things. It could be medical, could be other things, but that deal is off. So the next logical step is that we went for Felix. Don't know why, but there we go. But it seems to be that Atletico are basically saying we'll only buy Gallagher if you buy a player of us. Gallagher has done everything his side. He signed the contract past the medical, so he's good to go. You know what I mean? But we're now being like essentially blackmailed into buying one of their players before you sign. It's like, when did that work? How did that happen? How does that? How clubs can just like blackmail into buying one of their players? Listen, the Joao Felix one is because him and Alvarez are the same player type, right? They're very similar. One's a big, young, brick shit out of a football player, something like that, and the other one's Samuel Meridian, isn't it? No, he's not. But it's all good. It seems like a deal of opportunity. It seems like I think they came out this week and we didn't buy him because of Poch. You didn't buy him because I feel like Madrid wanted like 100 odd million for him, and we weren't going to pay.
Talking about Joao Felix, which I would have had to say first.
Joao Felix, stuff like that. Listen, Joao Felix is just desperate to leave Atletico Madrid. I think he'd just say yes to anyone at this point. But even Villa will.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Villa were even linked to him a couple of weeks ago. I think he'd leave from that. When he was here, he didn't ruffle any feathers. He didn't internally and stuff like that. He left peacefully. It's just still a few members of the squad there that he knows that speak his language and stuff like that. Neto's got the same agent and stuff like that. It's just a thing of opportunity. Today, it's reported that they rejected 45 million euros. They want like 60 million euros. I think we're going to go in with another bid like 50 plus 5 or something like that. He's reduced his wages. You know what I mean?
That's how badly he wants out there. He's just like,
that's how badly he wants out. He has reduced his wages. Like he's already agreed personal terms.
Well,
it was an opportunity because Jorge Mendes was already in London because we signed Neto. So he was already there Sunday. So it's like
which of my clients do you want? You know what I'm saying? I got on the team.
Right? I've said this. If you're trying to sign his clients, why don't you just go and sign Diogo Costa as well while you're at it? Because that's one of his clients as well. Do you know what I mean? Why don't you just do that? While he's there.
Let me see that list one more time again.
Yeah, exactly. You got. Listen, he's not. In my opinion, I think a lot of Chelsea fans' opinions. He's not coming here as first choice. I think he knows that as well. The way the team's going to be set up, the way the four look like. He looks like he's going to go with 4 in attack. There's a Palmer on the right, Neto on the left, and Cuckoo in the middle. And I'm sure we'll talk about it going on. Whoever the striker is going to be in the middle at the moment looks like Jackson, because obviously he's the one that's signed. So it's like that. So Joao is an option off the bench that we didn't have last season.
No, you know what? He's a good option off the bench. For all the criticism I've given him off the bench,
I will listen. My thing with Joao Felix is not even sometimes Joao Felix. It's just the amount of he's hyped up, right? He's still young enough to change things. Hasn't had any injuries. He's not like Depay, who's had all of that, and he's nearly 30. And he's by the way, Depay's still not signed for any club. By the way, for people who back Depay, still not signed for any club, I believe. He's not like Dembele, who just he's one of the reasons this transfer. He's one of the reasons this transfer market's out of whack as well. When he signed for Barcelona, about 108 million or something like that. He's an option. We didn't have, like I said, we didn't have that. I mean, we are playing more games this season. Whatever you think about the competition in Europe, there's Club World Cup next summer. We had a bad injury. We had I know people had a lot of injuries last season, but we're one of the few clubs who had decimating injuries last year. There was games last season. Poch looked back, and I didn't even know who some of the names were on the bench. It was like who? So I didn't know who they were, what position they played. Because I couldn't go. Oh yeah, we'll bring on. I don't know his name. Do you know what I mean? So it's probably going to happen. It's too. Atletico need to sell because they just bought Julian Alvarez, and they want to sign Gallagher, so they have to sell. People are going, yeah, well, why are we going to sign him? He's costing more than Samu. Yeah, well, that's because he's a known player. Of course, it's going to cost more than.
I'm guessing he's probably regarded as a better player right now than Samu.
He's regarded as a better player.
He's regarded as a better player right now.
Yeah, exactly. Regardless of what you think of him, it's like, of course, he's going to cost more than Samu. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that people are thinking, oh yeah, well, we can just negotiate Atletico for the same price for what we're going to pay Samu for. It's like that was never going to happen. Yeah. We're going to charge more because he's a better player at this moment in time. So his
contract is also not. His contract is quite big still left to 29.
Remember, every time he went online, they kept making him sign like a year extension.
Yeah.
So it's like
they want to keep the
I think it was like till 2029, wasn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
2029. So when he came to us on loan, they made him sign a year extension. When he went to Barcelona, they made him sign a year extension. So it's like he's there to 2029. Yeah. So it's an option. It's a decent option. We'll have to wait and see. At least it's something there where you can rotate it, especially with players who've got injury records or concerns like an Nkunku, like a Neto or something like that. You can start the rotation of them, And like I said, he showed glimpses of when he was there last year, but on paper, he looks like he's going to be joining a team that's got better players than he did before. He didn't have like Mount and Havertz and.
He's joining a bad Chelsea. No, I get
on paper, yeah. On paper, everything looked better. But,
to Mohammed, I think it worked for everyone else, so I don't think it was the wrong password. And you might have spelled the password wrong, but I think it worked for everybody else as well. Sorry to cut you off. And I will drop the information for the FPL again in the chat. But yeah, the Sarcasm City TV FPL is up and running, people. Shout out to Fats, who actually, was useful for once. I actually did something. Couldn't believe it in the chat. Couldn't believe it when he said that.
He was proactive, bro. He didn't ask him.
He was proactive. He hadn't even asked him.
What a glowing endorsement that was. He's useful for once.
He's useful for once. That being said, I give him his due. One thing is, basketball streams, he is definitely one of the MVPs. Like when it comes to
the only thing that can hold his attention for a while. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like basketball did, but when he's on like Q&As and stuff, we ask him questions and he's just not with it, and it's just like, all right, Fats, sure. Yeah, it's like okay. But yeah, now I hear exactly what you're saying with Joao Felix and big up to Mora, who says, don't forget though, 75 plus goals from the attackers. I do remember that. 75 plus goals from the attackers by 88 or so. It starts today, people. So road to 85 goals, 90 plus goals from Manchester United's Premier League attack starts today.
I'm expecting no minimum of 3 today. I'm expecting minimum of 3.
I said 4-0 today.
Yeah, so if you get 85 goals, you have to average at least like 3 goals a game to get 85 or 2 goals a game, 2.5. So
I think near enough. I think I think it's just over. It might be. It's between 2 and 3. I think.
Yeah, something like that. Because it's 38 league games. So let's say
I
it's
think
40.
I
Scoring 2. That's 80. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, two a game is 76. So it's like
So shit, we have to average above 2 goals a game. You lot.
Well, if you want above if you want more than 76, then you're gonna have to go above.
Hey, you lot are so bad. You lot are so lucky that I ain't bad at maths because now I know that I'm adding that in. You know what I'm saying? That we have to average now above 2 goals a game.
To get above 75, 76 goals. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So the only teams that scored over 80 goals were obviously City, Arsenal, Liverpool. And the lowest in that average was 2.3 per game.
Yeah, so we got average above 2 goals a game. I bet. Sure. A time to shine. Good to see you back in the chat as well. Because Not Here said something. Where is the comment? I wanted to get to it. Because he said, where is it? Hold up. Wait 1 second. He made a comment. What was it? Did I even start it? Hold up. I don't think I did.
Looking for?
Right. You said something about United, but I can't see it. But you said something about United, but I must have missed it. I can't see it. Not Here, yeah, he's modded. Yeah. Not you said something about it. I'm not even sure. Not Here. Did you support? Are you a United fan? I think he's a United fan.
Yeah, because he said. I mean, I see one comment. He said, "We scored 80 goals." I think he's a Chelsea fan.
Oh, is he Chelsea? All right,
I think he's a Chelsea fan because even one of the comments says, he will hold bench for no. I don't care.
Shit, it's C1. C1, could you change your name, man? I was thinking, why is this not here? C1.
Oh shit.
How am I supposed to? Yeah, I was thinking, why is this not here, modded? But we moved. Because I'm thinking, you know what? There's someone else called B here. That's why. There's another guy called B here who's a United fan who's been on my case about United. That's what it is. But C1, big up, man. Love every time. You already know, family. But yeah, for sticking with Chelsea as well. Before we go to Jez and Spurs, Osherman. Do you think the deal still gets over the line? You think you move on Lukaku and they make that swap deal happy? Because make that swap deal happen, because it seems that's the most logical thing because all parties involved want. Osherman wants to leave, Lukaku wants to leave. Lukaku wants to join Napoli, Osherman wants Chelsea. So it makes sense some form of deal is done to make that happen.
Yeah. Too much logic, but then we're talking about football, aren't we? So, it's like too much logic not for it to work. I think what it sounds like it's been reported is it's all down to his wage demands and stuff like that. That's what it is. And I think there'll be some compromise there in terms of I think we'll get near as much as we can. Do you know what I mean? And then incentivize it even more and then sort of do what we did with Palmer. If you get us in the Champions League, it's going to go up. Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, and also it's like PSG have dropped out of the race because they can't get rid of Mawani or Ramos because no one wants them. It's true. No one wants them.
I know. It's just funny. It's just funny.
That type of quality.
It's just funny.
£155 million spent on those two players, by the way, on the side note. So, and Arsenal. There's always these rumors about Arsenal, but it's just I don't see them do it. They would have to pay. They would have to pay a bigger transfer fee than us. They don't have a player that they want, like the manager wants, like we do. And I just don't think they'll pay the way. And the paying Kai Havertz like nearly 300k a week. So it's like I just don't think they'll do another one. Logically, it looks like he should do it. I mean, if they were, I think they would have like backed out of it by now. I mean, I'm hoping there's some like significant. Obviously, I'm hoping there's a few bombers tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like, even though he won't be able to play against City because I think the deadline's passed or will pass the registered players. So it's get him done and then debut against Serbia. No.
I asked Prime the question. I asked Prime already the question earlier. Did you see the video of the Nigerian pastor?
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
All I'm saying, Prime told me he's an Arsenal fan, so I believe he's an Arsenal fan.
That's what I was thinking. I was saying if you actually turn his camera, to the side, there's a picture of Kanu with an Arsenal kit in there.
I'm saying because I thought he's an actual pastor. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
Pastor, are you using your hatred for Chelsea to say that you shouldn't go Chelsea?
Yeah.
I'm saying, Pastor, that ain't holy. That ain't holy. I didn't read that in the Bible, but
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I will follow Pastor John Obi Mikel, who's doing the good work of.
I've seen him. I've seen the video. I've seen the video. He's saying,
and His Royal Highness King Drogba as well. So you know what I mean. I will, I'll follow.
They want the new successor there, man. They want a new successor. So, but
I mean,
I'll be honest though. I'll be honest though. Oshman though, if he really and truly wants to leave Napoli, bro, like they want you. You're gonna get the wages eventually if you play Champions League. So
exactly.
Because I think he chopped off from the levels in terms of when they won this Scudetto. So show that you're worth the money.
The thing is, I think PSG offered him like 14 million euros per season. I think that's like before tax. I think we offered like something about 10. I think you can get to like 11, 11.5 or something like that with incentives and just go, yeah, well, just like this. If you get us in the Champions League, it's going to go up. Do you know what I mean?
Fair.
And I think if we do get him, no matter what I think about the defense at the moment, I don't think there's an excuse not to get top 4 with that attack.
I agree. Yeah, I think without him, I have you in top 4.
Without
I think if you add Osimhen, you definitely should be able to score your way.
Yeah. As long as we don't have the same injury stuff as last season, there's no excuse. I mean, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, but is he world class?" I don't care. I think he's a great header of the ball. In that penalty area, he's deadly. That's all I care about. In that penalty area, he's deadly. Yeah. I don't need him to dribble past 7 players and score in the top corner. Do you know what I mean? I just need him like when someone whips the ball in low in the box, he's there for a tap-in. I just need another option of crossing the ball in because we don't really have that. Jackson's okay, but Osimhen's better. But that's if we get him. Do you know what I mean? So, one knows, and all this news is overshadowed. We actually signed Neto on Friday as well. So that came out of nowhere.
Have we not done the show since you not signed Neto?
We
signed Neto the day after. We signed him the day after.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, you know what it is? Because we've spoken about it so many times and we spoke about it.
Well, you might talk about I've not been on.
Yeah, we'll go there. Before we do, big up to Saeed Doses, my brother always working. Hey, love Saeed every single time. And you lot, make sure you subscribe to Saeed TV as well. Big up JT as well. Big up S Madison. I see you in the chat. Big up JT says how this working, man, on the YouTube space. Appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. And it's just under 60 of you lot locked in. Let's get up to 50 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. Like check 1 2 1 2. Thoughts on the nail? My bad. Thoughts on the nail, dude.
Yeah, just before that, I expect Said's banners to all read this season the road to 3rd place. You know what I mean? On his banners this season. I just hope he has that all good. But yeah, so Neto sort of came out of nowhere, literally about Friday lunchtime last week, and it was like Chelsea are interested or in talks or talking with Wolves about Pedro Neto. Oh, well, that's fine. This must be it. In fact, tweeted it was like, I don't know what we're doing here. And about 20 minutes later, Pedro Neto has agreed personal terms with Chelsea and stuff like that. I said, wait a minute, what? Like 20 minutes ago, we were just talking.
It's crazy the way that deal got done. TJ mentioned this, that there was no reports, no links, and then
nothing
announced.
And then,
it was like offered, deal agreed, he's there. I was like,
then 20 minutes after post here we go. Chelsea have agreed a fee of about 60 million euros for Pedro Neto. He's on his way to London. It's like, what? Within like less than an hour, it's like, hang on a minute, what the hell is going on? The story is that Igbali did the deal, and it was like, well, why do we need those sporting director bozos if Igbali's going to just steamroll in and do that deal? So also, I don't know how close he was, but he was linked to like Spurs as well. I don't know.
Spurs were interested and tried. I
don't know.
Tried to offer 40 million. I think it was Skip. How true that is, though, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, we bid 3 times, so we bid 3 times for him, for they finally accepted. So
okay.
There is a big risk with his injuries and stuff like that, obviously, but the way we're setting the squad, my thing would be that he doesn't need to play every game. Like I don't see why he needs to play Conference League. I don't know why he needs to play Serviette or where it is the next Thursday.
Wait, you not play next Thursday?
Next Thursday, yeah. After Sunday, yeah. Next Thursday.
Is it Conference League qualifier, right?
Conference League qualifier, yeah. Conference League.
I might do watch it for that. That's content.
Yeah, so that's next Thursday night, Stamford Bridge, and then the second leg's the week after. But
Okay.
It's a good addition. I mean, obviously everyone's going to talk about his injuries and stuff like that. It's fair dues, but all the top sides want him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
He's a quality
to Arsenal. He's been linked to Arsenal for years. How many times have we heard like Arsenal fans going, "Yeah, Pedro Neto, yeah, he's the one. You know, we should get him. Whether he starts or something, but we should definitely get him." Something like that. He was linked to Liverpool, but obviously he was going to reject them because it's Liverpool. So linked to Spurs, but I don't know how concrete they're like. I don't think they offered anything.
There was interest.
There was interest. Yeah. I don't know about Manchester.
No, I don't hold concrete, but there was interest.
Yeah, I think City were interested in him as well. Obviously, now that makes, of course, the interest probably should have led on. Now, unfortunately, what happened with Oscar Bob? He broke his leg, so it's like works out. But no, my thing was this. I think what happened is when we played Real Madrid like a week and a half ago in the States, Egbali was with Perez, right? And I think Perez started laughing when he said, "Is that your left-hand side?" When he saw like the performances of Mudryk and Sterling to a lesser extent. He goes, Real Madrid would never have a left-hand side, never have a left-hand side like that. And Egbali went, shit. And just went, who's the best left one of the best left wingers we can buy? Who we can realistically buy with like less than a week or just over a week left in the window? Who's ready to go? Which agent do I have a good relationship with? Oh, Jorge Mendes. Okay, we'll just sign Pedro Neto. If he stays fit or if he gives us like 25 league games, I'll be happy.
Which I think he's
very exciting player. Unfortunately, he's going to be judged on goals and assists, and he's not. Last year, he actually had a very good start. I think he was like before his injury, he got like 9 assists or something like that.
He's a very good player.
So
I'm a fan.
He might that should possibly increase with a better team. Do you know what I mean? So, or better attacking option. We are talking about Wolves here. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Cunha's like a criminal. Do you know what I mean? The amount of chances he misses, and there's no one really else that, apart from that South Korean guy, is it Quine or something like that?
The Korean guy is Pep called him.
Hang Yi-chan, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I've got no issues with that signing whatsoever. It was needed. We said left-hand side needs to work. You can play both sides if you want him to, but I think obviously with the options on the right hand side, like Cole Palmer there, that he's going to play left when he's fit, if possible. So it's a good signing. It's a signing that when I saw Here We Go for Chelsea on Friday, I thought, oh, shit, what Venezuelan kid will we sign for 2034 or something like that? You know what I mean? Or Here We Go, Chelsea set up an incubation center in South America. And it's taking genes of all the best players and just going to start making clones or something like that. But no, it's a good one. It's actually this last few days have actually breathed life into the fan base. Actually, you know, in terms of
I've seen the raising the optimism because you signed with Neto, you signed a player of certain quality. Yeah.
There's been a lot of moaning and stuff like that before that. After that, I mean, if you ask me, if you get Neto, Felix, and Osimhen, it takes a window from a 3 to like a 7.5.
That's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's fair though. Because I think I talked about the Chelsea window. Like I'll be honest, this was me not even trying to take a piss. I thought this was like a Fulham, kind of like a mid-table window, if I was to be honest. But then I looked at this Pedro Neto side, and you saw the excitement. You saw the excitement go from 0 to 100, and I felt like these are the type of signings that Chelsea make. It's just what's gonna lift the mood, and now the season coming to start, people feel more optimistic about the season.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with Osimhen, I think obviously Felix and Osimhen would be they signed, that would be it for incomings. I've got a sneaky feeling that's already been reported that I think Chelsea are gonna. I think they're doing this because they're gonna get some type of transfer ban from like reporting on themselves. Whether it's, I heard like 2 years and a fine, which means if that's the case, it'll be reduced to a year on appeal. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, is that necessarily a bad thing? We've got incomings next year anyway with the Esteval and the Paez kid coming in. You know what I mean? We can still sell players. Do you know what I mean? And I think the rest of the window is going to be about. The rest of the year is going to be about. The rest of the transfer window is going to be about selling players. We've started to get players out, whether it's on loan or selling and stuff like that. So it's And then we've just got a little bit of little worry about Man City on Sunday. That small team. So.
Oh yeah, and don't worry, we're gonna get your predictions for that. Same way we'll get Jess's prediction again
I
for his
think
game
the
against
most
Leicester.
important bit, but I think it's the most important bit though. Like, let's say in a hypothetical world, which Chelsea do get a 2-year transfer ban, it's about time. It's about time for some of the things that Chelsea have bought to show the quality that they bought. So it's like,
Right.
and there's a lot of quality in the team. So if these guys cannot show them in those 2 years, they will. All of them can pretty much go them, and it's a disgrace.
And I think it's like even now, it's like Enzo Maresca's basically ended Ben Chilwell's Chelsea career. He's basically ended his career at Chelsea by saying he's only a left back.
That Man United bit is coming, bro. Don't worry.
That Man United last day being is coming, bro. Whether it's on loan with an obligation to buy.
Chilwell.
For Ben Chilwell.
It's the type of foolish. Actually, I can't even say it's the type of foolishness we do because I've liked the deals we've done, but it wouldn't. Nothing would surprise me with this club. That's what I'd say. Madison, you're my guy. This is a crazy comment, though. They get Osimhen and Felix. Chelsea have the best squad in the Premier League on paper. No, they have a very good squad. Yes, on paper, but is it the best? No, I have them fourth, even without Felix and Osimhen. I think they finished fourth.
Goalkeepers are suspect, and defense at the moment are suspect.
That's what C1 saying in the chat as well.
In terms of centre backs, I've no problem with
How about you shut up,
left back or right back? I've no problem with left back or right back. It's the centre back partnership. That's what I'm worried about, and the goalkeeper. And I don't know Jorgensen that well, so we can't have the best squad. So.
Yeah. Now on paper, I disagree, Madison. On paper, on paper, I still don't think it is. I think the attack is very good, but the rest of it, like Sefa just mentioned, Tamabadu says, Flawless, you think Reece James will be less injury prone after his operation, same as Fofana? With Reece James, the reason why I keep thinking, the reason why I think he continues to get injured is because he's not a right back. I think he's a centre back, and when I say that, he's built. He's built like a centre back. Look at his frame. When you look at centre backs, fullbacks, or whether it's wing backs in the modern day game, look at how they're built. They're like 400-meter runners. They're like 800-meter runners. Like me, beam poles, lampposts, shoelaces. That's how they're built. Obviously, some more muscular than others. Like the worms from Men in Black, chocolate fingers, the whole 9 people. That's how wingbacks in the modern day game and fullbacks are built. When you look at Reece James, look at any other fullback who's like him just from a physical aspect. There's no one. If you look at Chelsea, look at Gusto. Whether you rate Gusto or not, look at Chilwell, look at Cucurella. Go to Spurs, look at Adogi, look at Porro. Manchester United, look at Dalot. Look at, you know who he's like. Our fullback who keeps breaking down. And why does he keep breaking? Because Luke Shaw is not a fullback. You are not supposed to be going corner flag to corner flag, built like that. You know the whole thing when they say dress for the body you have, not the one you want. Like play the position, like certain positions you're not supposed to be out there.
It doesn't help as well. It doesn't help as well that he has the injury. Yeah. Like if he was injured, if he didn't have the big injuries on his hamstrings and that before, I think it's probably more manageable even if he plays fullback. But now the fact that he has that issue, like it's like the same with Sessegnon. The guy can't stay fit. And Sessegnon is not even as good as him.
And the craziest part is we've seen Reece James in a back 3 play for Chelsea and play well. And I think he's capable of playing in a back 4 as one of the centre backs. Same with Luke Shaw. The best I've seen of Luke Shaw is at Manchester United is him playing as a left-sided centre back. Yeah, go on.
I just think though it was very telling because I think it was the same day as the Neto thing, or it was just before, but it was very telling that the response wasn't even like from the Chelsea fan base, wasn't even like, oh no, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, it was like, okay. And
I mean, one of the reasons, Gusto, though.
Yeah, exactly. One of the reasons, the biggest reasons because we have Gusto, and to me, he's actually the first choice right back for me at the moment because he basically played it all last season. And even if you want to go, well, what about backup? We've got that kid Achimpong who's very.
You might hold it down 1 sec because these men are still like the playback. I'm just sorted out. Hold it down.
No worries.
No, and I just think it's like it's part of like inevitability. It's like he did this operation on his hamstring and took him out for most of last season. Came back the last few games before he got sent off, and then he gets injured again. And I think what also saved him was that he was going to miss the bulk of the first month of the season anyway because he's out suspended. That's probably what saved him a bit anymore. But it's like
It's the principle that he still got injured, regardless of the suspension. For me personally,
Yeah.
imagine if he wasn't suspended, and the plan was for him starting the season.
Yeah, and I just, for me, it's he has to play a huge chunk of games this season for me not to consider getting rid of him because he doesn't.
What range do you think? What range do you think so?
Do you mean like games? How many games?
Yeah, games. Yeah, and how many games? Like I range between how many games you think he should be playing?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously because we don't know how far we're going to go in the cups, so let's just keep it to league. I'm going to say he has to play at least 25 games.
24 games, 90s or sub appearances excluded, or
yeah, that's the thing. I think he has to play a. All right, I think he has to play a decent chunk of all those 25 games. Like it has to be like, and also I think he also just has to be there for selection. You know what I mean? As an option. Do you know what I mean? He cannot be this bit where he's out for a few weeks and he's back for a few weeks, and he's out for a few weeks, he's back for a few weeks, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Or it's just like there's no. What happened to Lukaku? What do you mean? What happened to Lukaku? What are we doing here?
He's just go on, fam. When I get to this, he says question for Surfer. There's rumors that Brentford would want Jackson on loan plus 35 million to land Ivan Toney. Would you do that? I think it's self-explanatory. Actually, would you?
This is obviously if Osimhen falls through, right?
Yeah. We're guessing Osimhen go. Yeah, you can't have that many.
If Osimhen falls through,
Osimhen and Toney, that's outrageous.
Yeah.
That'd be outrageous, yo. If you lost signed Osimhen and then signed Ivan Toney and said Jackson alone, I'd be like, hey, you know what?
The last day that we signed Osimhen, and we were all thinking, that's it, no income. It's the last day of the transfer window. Chelsea have agreed a £35 million deal for Ivan Toney. Nicholas Jackson will be going the other way alone. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I don't see Nico Jackson accepting a loan to Brentford, by the way. So I just don't see that happening, ego wise. That's an intriguing deal because if I'm taking it on the preference that Osimhen's not coming in, then I don't know if I feel good with the option after Toney of that Mark Dewey kid as a striker for Chelsea. I don't know. I think if that was if the option was Toney, I'd prefer to actually pay more for Toney than 35 million and keep Jackson at the club. So I'd rather pay like 50, 60 million for Ivan Toney and keep them both. So if that's the deal, then no, I wouldn't take it.
All right, that's fair. Big up to AJB as well. I think that was everything Chelsea related for now. Over to your mob, Jez. The Spurs, the mighty Spurs. Can you finish top 4 in your opinion?
Can you finish top 4? I mean,
yes.
We could finish first. We can finish second. We could finish 20th. No, I'm saying
we could do ridiculous. Come on.
Hey, if you know what Manchester United's attack can get 85 plus goals, why can't Spurs win the league? Why not?
I heard you can finish first. I was saying
what's the probability?
He said first.
What's the probability? We're looking for probabilities here, Jess. What's the probability?
I'm saying like, in the name of Vinny Jr., 1% chance, 99% faith. But nah, man. About the chances of finishing top 4. Sorry, you're muted by the way, in case you don't know. But can we finish top 4? I think we can finish top 4 personally, if you ask me. But how likely the chances are, I don't know. A lot of factors are going into that fact. I had a small conversation actually on Strasbourg Speak channel actually, where we were doing the Real Betis. Bless you, bro. And we were doing the Real Betis Girona game, and we talked about it on the channel, and we talked about the issues in the squad. Obviously, lack of transfers is a bit one of them ones. But I still expect signings to come in. Whoever the signing is the question mark. Chelsea obviously came into one of the guys we were interested, so that's already one guy gone. So we have to see who's coming in. Do we gonna get a backup for Dogi? Do we gonna get a backup for Van de Ven? Do we sell Lo Celso and get somebody in that can be the guy straight behind straight behind Madison, or is it going to be somebody like a Lucas Burkwell who's going to be taking the spot wherever Madison doesn't play well or is injured? We had the single situation where he thought doing laughing gas was a good idea and posting it on 4K on IG. Thought it was a good idea, and he's suspended for 1 match, and it wasn't a Premier League suspension; it was just a club suspension because obviously kind of just disciplinary issue reasons. And manager said it, and when you read the words, it's like obviously, and I talked about it in a future diamond, where when you kind of go through the quotes that the manager said, is that he obviously has to win the trust back.
Yeah, he does.
And also within the quotes, which hasn't been highlighted, is that he still considers Basuma part of the squad. So he still talks about Basuma positively to the squad. But do I think even the game after Leicester, he's going to be involved in the starting 11 immediately? I would be surprised because again, you did something that disappointed people at the football club and the manager. So these are the opportunities for Bentancur or Craig to come in against Leicester and start and impress the manager as well. So it's a lot of question marks about the squad. There's a lot of question marks on the squad, and I think, considering the fact that we're gonna be in Europa this season, it's gonna be more games. So we're gonna rely on maybe even some of that. This time we might have to rely on the academy kids this season, even as far as gone there. So do I think we can finish top 4? Yeah, but I think we can finish anywhere from 4th to 8th, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
So
yeah, go on, Seth. Go on. I'll ask my question.
How do you know what Basuma was actually inhaling? With Postecoglou's tactics, that might just be another form of oxygen intake. You know what I mean? How do we know? You know what I mean? How do we know? You know what I mean?
Because the dumb has recorded himself on IG.
Yeah.
He recorded himself. So I think because I didn't see the video because it was already deleted, but people are probably saying that they saw him with the buttons and shit like that. Yeah, it's
why are you doing that outside? If you're going to do something like that,
stupid.
Do it in the privacy of your own home.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I tweeted that, like, don't record yourself. Don't. This is such a fumble from just his perspective, to be honest. Because like, it just looks stupid. Like getting caught. Like it's stupid doing it in general. People. That's the main message here. Don't do that, by the way. Even
don't do it.
Even in the cameras. It's a good lesson right here. But to film yourself and put on IG, bro, Chris, not saying like shout out to Chris Brown under the influence. Like this guy thought he thought he was him or some shit like that. But yeah, handed himself a one game suspension from the football club. We have to see where he goes. Had the conversation today and I thought this is a big 12 months for him because it could be a difference between him staying at the football club or maybe leaving next summer if he doesn't perform. I think for him, both are modest, to be honest. But
yeah, I fully get that. How do you see Solanke working in your attack? Because obviously you mentioned it, someone else mentioned it in the chat about Son being better centrally. But now with Solanke, Son will now most likely play left wing. How do you see that working out? Do you think it works? Is the question. I personally think I can see it working. I
think it can work because the reason why I wasn't so against this Solanke sign is because I was watching Bournemouth last season because I felt this was one of the teams that even going into the season had quite high up the table than some other people because how the manager sets up and how the player profiles in the team. And I feel like Solanke offers just more than just being a goal scorer. Obviously, he did it only for one season, so it's a question mark of itself. Can you score the goals? Because that's the number one thing for me. A striker has to go and score goals. That's the main objective for me personally. But in this system particularly, it's important for the striker to be also involved in the game. And I feel like Solanke brings things in the game where he can sometimes even drift outside. Like actually, when I go and watch this game, he's very underrated even in the wider areas of the pitch in the final third. So you might even have scenarios where Son plays centrally in moments. But I talked about before how I'm not the biggest fan of Son at left wing.
Yes,
people know. I had South Korean people go after me because I said I don't like Son as a left wing anymore on Twitter. And there wasn't no disrespect at him. There was just saying I just don't like it.
Yeah,
but the reality is Son is not a striker though. That's the reality. And this is where you go into this scary conversation that some fans do not want to have is where Son's also contract is running out in a couple of years' time, maybe 2-3 seasons left or 2 seasons left. And I talked about because the club is planning to extend his contract by just 1 year, the club option. But what I will do in these years is trying to look for a successor on the left wing. The club's idea is to get Mikey Moore, who's coming through the academy, to be the successor. But maybe
I like that idea.
I don't know.
Do you know anything about him?
I like the idea.
Okay.
And I've watched him in the academy, and he just gives me a. No, you see academy kids, and everybody says, "Oh, whoa, this guy, yeah." He looks like one of them academy kids where you just feel something that he can actually make an impact in the first team. Are you would Sofa would know about academy kids like at Coven, like everybody is ready to go in.
About every bloody week. One of them.
I'm saying. So yeah, like if the plan for Mike Moore to be the successor and Son is gonna be here for the next 2 to 3 seasons, I wouldn't be against it, to be honest. And I said this already. I think even from this season, we have to start thinking about rotating Son. He doesn't have to start every game. The guy is 32, 33 now. So we shouldn't put that pressure on him just because he's captain all of a sudden that he has to play every game. Sometimes you have to rotate him out, and that's fine.
Yes, sir. Well, I was saying, no, that's very fair. And actually, great you've mentioned him about having high hopes for him in this season. So how do you see that midfield working? Do you see it being him, Sarr, Maddison, or do you reckon it's going to be a different combination?
I think before this whole Bissouma incident, the plan was to just go again with Maddison, Sarr, and Bissouma. Right. But I said in my prediction that RG Gray and even a potential Lucas Bergwijn can come into the midfield and compete to these guys, because it's not like Maddison and Bissouma necessarily have performed to high levels. Like they have performed at high levels at one point, but did they drop off at some point of last season? Yes. So, to be honest, I look at it midfield. My only midfield that I look at currently that I say is a nail-on starter. So nobody else starts for me. It's a nail-on starter for me, and it might be a good thing as well. It might be a good thing as well because that puts a target on other players to just say, "You're not playing if you're not performing well."
That's fair.
So so my hope is that Lo Celso gets sold, and somebody comes in his place, so he can be an additional option who can go and compete with Maddison then. Because for whatever reason, the manager doesn't like Lo Celso, so it is what it is. And Lo Celso gets just randomly injured and he's out for like a 2-month period. Nobody knows where he is. So yeah, man, it's just one of them where like one of the seasons where I even tweeted it. Hold on a second. Let me put it out there. Let me put that actually on the screen. I actually tweeted it just to make sure about
By the way, I don't think Son's going to be playing on left. I think he's going to be very central still. He will look like he's starting.
Like start off the left.
He'll drift inside.
Yeah, it's going to be some weird like hybrid 4-4-2 system out there.
Yeah. I think he's going to have to. This thing, he's no like. I'm trying to tell people he's not a wide player anymore. He's not.
No way, he can't do the wide player job.
He can't. Do you guys see him triple?
Carry on, one sec. You better carry on. This guy.
Do you guys see? He can't. Like he can. Yes, he can. Can some create? Yes, he can go and create. But so can Bruno Fernandes apparently. But I'm saying,
the reason they moved him into the centre last season because he was ass on the wing.
Yeah, like obviously, big reason also too was Richarlison was super ass as well. Maybe the 1-2 month when he scored bare goals in a row. But outside of that, it's just the guy just doesn't have like. It's not like you see he's not gonna do what Pedro Neto does on the wide area. He doesn't do what Johnson does on the wide areas. Respectfully, and people know how I feel about Johnson. I don't think Johnson is awful. I don't think he's amazing. I think it's just in the middle. It's just a little above average in my opinion. But the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm saying this about Son, that I feel about him, he's less of a wide player than what Son is, just tells a bit more about Son. And people try to go after me, and this is where I say the conversations need to start about the fact that he needs to start becoming a rotation kind of player in the team. Look how Bayern used Thomas Müller. Everybody loves Thomas Müller at Bayern Munich, but that doesn't mean you have to go and sell him all of the time if he doesn't play every game. No, you can still have part of the game, because one thing Son will always do is score goals. He scored goals last season, and those goals helped us get into the position where we was in last season. So, it is what it is, to be honest. But let me put this up, because I even put for anyone asking my expectations for Tottenham, literally I actually bookmarked it. I even said that I'm gonna bookmark it.
I just think
yeah.
I think Spurs fans have to be. I think Spurs fans have to be realistic. They still haven't. They've only got 3 natural centre backs.
Yes.
They haven't got any proper backups for left back or right back.
We need another right winger because this Kulusevski right wing needs to stop, man.
The wing options stink. You know what I mean? It's like Timo Werner's there. You got Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski. I think flatters to deceive.
Yes,
I don't think he likes playing out wide. I don't think he likes.
I don't think so too. Like, I think when I talk about I keep forgetting about Kulusevski. He might be a contender for the bouncing position.
Yeah, and then you got you just bought man. you just bought Madison.
And the guy is just the issue with Madison is here. He behaves like he's the main man, but then you don't do main man type of thing. That's what I say. People go at Bruno Fernandes for a lot of shit that he does. Madison is similar in that. Madison is very similar in those type of characteristics. I don't want to swap. I want to sell and just you keep that. You keep that.
Yeah, let's swap, man. Let's swap.
I ain't swapping. So yeah. By the way, yeah. So
how about money in the swap? We'll give you money and Bruno.
Hell, I'll sell them to. I'll sell them to Galatasaray.
Shut up, man. What's the tweet? I can't see it.
Okay, let me see.
Wait, who are you offering him? Who are you offering him?
Because he said Madison similar to Bruno, like some of the traits. I said, let's swap then.
No way. No way. Not with a new contract now. Spurs can't afford 300k a week now, like you can.
You're not even paying off. You're not even going to pay off Maguire. What do you mean paying off Bruno?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey. What did you say? What did Vinicius Junior say? 1% facts, 99% hope. What was it?
1% chance, 99% faith.
These guys are negotiating a one. These guys are negotiating a Wan-Bissaka payoff.
What's that, bro? He had to fight.
1% chance, 99% faith. I'm using that. Yeah.
There's 99% no chance and 1%. There's no point having 1%.
I'm saying, bro. So like, come on, man. Like Bruno would never end up.
That's your captain, leader, legend you're talking about there, Flo.
Did you see that Man United video? Like the mates over. Like, I
he can't respond. There's no words he can use. It's sign language. We've got him now. He's in the corner. He's trapped.
Why? I'm tired of this fucking show becoming a United crash test every time. Yeah, I'm on here. This show becomes.
Bruno.
No. Jess brought him up because Jess was like,
and you said make it a swap, and then this we have to go that way, isn't it?
No, we don't.
It's not my fault.
If he goes, your 83 goal thing goes down quite a lot. If he goes, you know what I mean?
I'm saying it's not my fault. My club didn't sign Bruno Fernandes. Like you hijacked him.
Who's going to score those penalties?
Oh man, this is jokes, man. But yeah. Oh man! Shout out to United. We love you.
I still think going back to Spurs. You still need a lot of work on that squad. You got
100%. And I tweeted here this was an 11th of goal because the question was top four plus a domestic European Cup should be the aim for us this season. Whether you think Tottenham will finish the season, I tweeted him out saying like between 4th, 6th, a minimum quarterfinals both of domestic and Europa League. That's with we sign the right winger, left side, centre back, and left back. And trust me, a lot of people in our families, if he signed those three, a lot of people in our fan base think if you make those three signings in those positions and that these are good players, they think we can go and actually win the trophies this season. I disagree. I don't think we're gonna go and win those competitions. Not only because I think more needs to be done to the squad, but also to the fact that, and I talked about it with Cube before, just from a tactical standpoint, I talked about it for the last 2 streams in what I saw in preseason. I didn't like what I saw in the preseason in terms of management from the manager, in terms of setting up because we still the way we still concede chances for me is something I just don't feel comfortable with.
I just think this is not Ange's tactics. So you know, what I mean,
It's just tactics. Yeah, and for me, these tactics don't win you trophies, in my opinion. Like they can go and win, they can go and get you top 4. They can go and get you top 4, in my
it
opinion.
might get you a cup every like few years, but
but this is not like what's the saying? Attack wins you games.
Attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. Yeah,
and this is
saying that. I think you should. I don't know what you think. If Fulham are going for Yaki Manson, I don't know why Spurs aren't going for Yaki Manson. If he's that
sorry for who? Sorry for who?
You know, Crystal Palace's Joachim Anderson.
Oh, Joachim Anderson.
Fulham are after him. Spurs should be in that market, right? There's only 40 million or something. He's a very, very good centre back.
No, I love Anderson as a centre back, but the issue is that he's a right-sided. We need
but he can play left. He can play.
But I think the mindset is to get a left-footed one. And you know how managers are really fixated about having a left-footed, left-sided centre back, and this is why I said already I would have taken Chalobah, but
he's right-footed now.
Yeah, and that's the issue. We don't need a right-footed centre back anymore, so that's why we don't look at guys like him anymore because we have to back up to Romero. So we're looking for somebody who's left-footed, and there's options out there that I like, but. Again, I don't know if you're going to sign left-sided centre back because I heard rumors about fullbacks and left back. I heard rumors about right backs. I heard rumors about right backs, and I'm like, this is where the manager has me lost. Yes, the manager has me lost. Right back.
Oh, right back.
So you got Porro and who else?
Right now we got Porro and Jed Spence who currently there. And for me, I'm not comfortable with Jed Spence necessarily as a backup right back. But why are we going backup right back again? And we don't have a backup left back.
Jez, I'm just thinking for left back. Who's that Brighton about to find that Turkish guy, isn't he?
Yeah, Kadiyuku. I would have taken him.
He should have been in that market.
100%. And the thing is, he could have played right back because he originally was a right back, which is the funny. Yeah. He converted into a left back, and he would have been a good option. And there's still a lot of left backs out there, but I still see us getting linked to right backs at times. Obviously the last one that I saw was not true. It was ruled out, but it's just the consistency of us linked to right backs. I don't personally like that. If Adori gets we don't want Adori to pass out next season because I said this already. Fuck this, man. Adori's already top 5 in the world in terms of left backs, and I don't think it's that crazy of a show. But if you're gonna go and run him down, just because we didn't go and get a left back because the manager wanted a right back, I look at the manager funny. Yeah, I look at the manager funny, and it's just these type of decision making. So the window is open for what 14 or 15 more days. I have to see what's going to happen in the rest of the window. I haven't really been stressed all window. Still not really stressed. Even if we get to the last day of the window and we don't do what we need to do, not going to be stressed with them. This just tells me what Tottenham is about in terms of the season, of what they trying to achieve. So, I'm just. Again, I don't have crazy expectations to be fair this season. I don't think. I don't have any crazy predictions. Or Tottenham are going to be in the 4th. They're going to go and win a trophy this season and all of that. I'm just kind of I have to see what's coming in. I have to just see what's coming in. If nothing comes in that convinces me, because I said the main thing I said this summer is that please no more bench players this season. Bench level players. No Emersons, no Brian Gills, no Solomons, not these guys. That's why, because I've seen people complain about the amount of signings we have made, but in the same time, I don't want people, and I talked about it, I think last week, people want to be excited. People want to, just the feeling of a here we go. I don't care about the here we go anymore. I want there we land. Give me a there we land now. You know what I'm saying? I want that. I'm saying, but I want a guy that I can look at and say, you're pushing some of these first teamers out and they go on the bench.
Yeah, you want first team quality in your side, not just here we go for a squad play.
That's the thing. I want transfers like Neto that come out of nowhere and get completed within an hour. That's
bro, this is fantastic, bro. I was like, hey, what? Because they broke the whole chain, man. I remember everybody's like, what the fuck? T1 texted me in the private chat, tell me, yo, add me back to the group chat. I'm saying, so yeah, man, you guys are not gonna have any controversial takes from me about Tottenham this season. I'm just pretty humble. understanding where the squad level is at the moment in time. Reading through.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, before we carry on, you lot continue to get your questions in. I will start the best questions. Of course, if you want to make sure your question gets read out, super chat. Only at 53 likes, and there's over 70 people in here. Let's run that up to 70 likes, people. Like check 1 2 1 2. We're gonna close out next 15 or 20 minutes or so, people. So run up the likes. This is the final show before the season starts.
Hit the like button, like United will hit 83 goals this season.
That being said, shout out to my guy Mitesh Patel, because he said, "Flawless, you gotta believe in Hoyland and Xerxes. Goals is coming." You know what's funny, Mitesh? I know what you well enough to know you don't believe this, but I like the joke. That's the best part about it. I like the fact that you said this, because we've spoken enough to the point I know you don't believe this, but big up every single time. And to Madison, who says, "Watch Ten Hag start Anthony Ahmed on the bench." It won't be Ahmed on the bench, but it'll be for Garnacho. That's who's gonna start. I'm telling everyone now. The front four is going to be Rashford, Garnacho, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. That's the front four. Maino, Casemiro. It will be De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Mazzarri, Onana. That's the 11 right there. And that stinks. Criminal if Ten Hag doesn't start Ahmad and doesn't give Sancho any minutes versus Fulham. I think Diallo will get minutes. Obviously, depending on the game, I think he will bring on Diallo. Sancho is not getting minutes, and if he does, it's 5 minutes.
Not keep him fit for a transfer.
Yeah, like that's what it is. Like it's all like I said when they quote unquote made up. They still don't like each other. You don't just get over what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that you just don't get over what happened between those two. And it was public. It wasn't like it was private. It was public, and it was for a long period of time. So Sancho, I think when the manager don't rate Sancho and Sancho don't rate the manager, that's just as simple as it is. But
was all, we said it when it started. It was all PR. It was all PR.
Yeah, all PR.
You know what I mean? It's all PR. It's also to keep a price at a certain, like 40 million if there's someone to buy him. Instead of like him going, "Oh yeah, Sancho's not come back. He's by himself." So the price goes down to about 20 million or 25 million or something like that. That's what it was. All this, they've apologized to each other. All this like, and big up to all the Man United like content creators like Rants and and stuff like that. But when they were going like, "Oh yeah, well we got Sancho and Ahmed," I was thinking Sancho's never going to be a part of this. I don't think Sancho's going to be a part of this. I just don't.
And I said the same when people were talking about 10 goals for Sancho in the league. I said he's not getting 10 Premier League starts, and that's not because I don't like Sancho. I would personally, if it was me, I would start Sancho today because it's technically today. I would start. He makes my best 11 if we're playing most teams. However, the manager feels the complete opposite, and it'd be, "Oh well, he played in preseason like he played in the last preseason." Like the manager is going to change. But hey,
before we got Neto, I would have been happy stepping down for Sancho.
I'll tell you.
I think he can still do stuff in this league. I just think it's the manager he's got he's clashed with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think he's a wide player in this league either. I think he's a central.
No, he's drifting in. So like, but I definitely start. I'd have him in.
Starting off the right area, but then means but moves inside.
Yeah, if he drifts in the right system, I could see that. I just like him. I prefer him just much more as a false nine. I think you just get so much more out of him playing in that type of role. Big up to RD United TV. Big up to you, man. He says I'd put Liverpool. Oh, so you mentioned this. I started the wrong one, but you mentioned about it being Manchester City and Arsenal, who you believe are going to be the top two, and then front four is wide open. Hey, RD United TV, where do you have United as currently right now? Genuinely asking you.
How many goals do you see them scoring as well? Can you put that?
Yeah. Don't do that. And to RSV, I have no idea. Google is your friend. You say big up. This is off topic, but can I drive in the UK with a foreign license?
No, I don't. I think you can. I think. Wait, I don't even know if a European driving license counts with Brexit and stuff like that. Yeah, you have to do your research on that
Google
one.
That,
definitely UK license. It used to be before Brexit. I think a European license was fine. But you'd have to double check that.
Yeah. That's you. Google that because I don't drive, so I can't even tell you. I'm not gonna lie. Colin Scott, I hear this, but a lot of people have said this. It's a must. It's the expectation. It's the aspiration of like word to Vader who was spitting all that. You know what I'm saying? All that pasta talk. But fifth or fourth United is a must. What must happen and what will happen though are two different things. I shouldn't be sat here saying Manchester United won't finish in the top four. That should be a given for any manager, in particular in his third season. However, look at the team.
We go back to it, don't we? We go back to it and go, yeah, you shouldn't, given your history of Manchester United, right? You shouldn't go, oh yeah, we might finish top 4 given the history and stuff like that. But when you look at it, you go, all right. So I've said before, we've got an unknown in Xerxes in after we already brought an unknown in Hoyland in the season before, and people think, oh, just because you've got Ruud van Nistelrooy there, suddenly they're going to hit 20, 25 league goals and stuff like that. While he's really eyeing up the while he's really eyeing up the manager's seat, getting then you brought in Mazawari, unknown, and Delit, unknown, like in terms of how they're going to play here and stuff like that. It's like I understand optimism and stuff like that, but when I hear people like going, "Oh yeah, well, third is a must. We must." I mean, look at what Liverpool are doing. It's like you do know the only real difference, like tomorrow, is I think he's going to start Mazawari and Delit, right? Looks like he's going to.
That'd be the two differences. Yeah. That'd be two
players. Is going to be the difference. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's not better than Varane as well, considering that.
Yeah, Delit's not better than Varane. Mazawari's is better than Wan-Bissaka. I think he's going to play him left back. It sounded like he's going to play Mazawari.
Rather than play the low left back and put Mazawari right.
So a right-footed left back's going to be great. So
pick up to Mike's as well.
And so it's like, and then like Xerxes not even had any minutes in preseason. He's not had any minutes.
Xerxes won't play. He said that before.
Exactly. No, but what I'm saying is that's the thing. There's no. He'll probably be on the bench because he was against the Community Shield. But I mean, there's optimism, and then there's like red tinted optimism. You know what I mean? It's like because we've got all this. Because we've got Jason Wilcox and Barada and Dan Ashworth, and are they playing? Did I miss something? Are they playing? I mean, Wilcox.
No, he's a left winger. He's a left winger.
Rashford right wing though.
Rashford's gonna have a purple patch. It's like purple patch. You need him to have a freaking glorious season like he did 2 years ago. You don't need a purple patch. Purple patch is not a whole season. Purple patch is like 10 games or something like that.
And maybe the whole season.
And then I can and cannot believe they signed Bruno up for 300k. It was
he's the leader, the hero. No one saying we love him.
You know that old saying. You know what I'm saying, Jez? Some heroes don't wear capes. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
He's in the Man United shirt.
I mean, that's just bonkers. I mean, it's bonkers and not bonkers, but I mean, when he 30, what's he 30? No, he's going to be 30.
He's going
to turn 30. Yeah, he's going to turn 30.
By the time he ends, he'll be earning 300k at age 32 years old.
Hey, man, great move, man. All hail Ineos. Good signings, but young players from multiple different leagues. Expect time to adapt. Best case, top 4, realistically, Europa. Hey, Radi United, we know when you forget Europa. I started Warrior J. Forget Europa. We ain't with the Europa. Forget top 4. If we get top 5, I'd be supremely shocked. Best place we can finish.
That should be it, Flawless. That's the competition you should be aiming to win most is Europa League.
Oh, if we had a different manager, I'd be talking a whole different conversation. I'd be like, we could win Europa League. I
talked before. Ten Hag's record in Europe is not that good.
You're right.
And then someone asked me in the chat and was like, "Why don't you think that? Why don't you think we can do well in Europe because this manager?" But then if I turned around, well, you can't use that as the past. So I'm like, but if I turned around and said we can't win a domestic trophy, people would use what the managers win. So you can't have it both ways. Don't get misunderstood. Could Manchester United win an FA Cup or League Cup this season? Absolutely. Yeah, that's not my issue. We could because we've done it the past 2 years. My problem is everything fucking else. That's what my issue is. It's not the FA Cup or League Cup. That's fine. It's the Premier League. It's the Europa League. It's just the play overall. It's the performances. I've already said, do I expect us? It's technically today. Do I think Manchester United win today against Fulham? Genuinely, yes.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think we win. My problem isn't the result. My biggest concern is the performance. And it's going to look like Wolves all over again. And everyone's going to be talking about, despite the fact Manchester United won the game, how poor the performance was. We got away with it, or blame the referees, or blame Fulham's attackers, or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you.
Is John Santos trolling? Is John Santos comment there? He must be trolling, right? There has to be a trolling comment, John Santos. Isn't Xerxes an upgrade on McTominay?
Yeah, because I think because you mentioned about Zerk, he's got it misunderstood because you mentioned about Xerxes being unknown. You're talking about Xerxes replacing him, but it's like I think Xerxes will be a good signing. However, it's not Xerxes. My problem isn't Xerxes. My problem is everything else surrounding Xerxes. It's the rubbish surrounding him. That's my problem. It's the system surrounding him. I actually trust Xerxes from an ability standpoint. I have no issues with that. I think it's a good deal. From what I've heard, I ain't watched him like that, but from what I've been told, what I've seen, what I've watched from clips, I'm good for it. Like I'm cool with him. My problem is not Xerxes in the slightest. I just don't trust they're gonna make him drown. As much as I criticize Hoyland, do I think you could get more out of Hoyland? Yeah, I'll end it H, no worries. Do I think we could get more out of Hoyland? Absolutely, I think we could get more out of Hoyland, without doubt, for all his deficiencies. And if you got a better manager, could he score more? He got 10 goals last season. Better manager, could he get 14, 15 in the league? Yeah. You could if you play week in, week out, but it's still not good enough, but you could get better. Go on. Sorry. He said Europa League. Qualifying, not winning. Nah, I think we finished 7th. I don't think we finished qualified for Europa League. Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, it's a new season optimism right there. Everybody's happy about the teams. They forgot the last season. What happened last season? It just cooked.
FA Cup and glazed it. It's FA Cup and glazed. That's what it is. And it's Ineos glazing. What is it?
Well, the glazing was insane. The glazing insane.
No, Ineos glazing, not glazers. Ineos glazing.
Yeah, that's what I said glazing. Unless I said.
Hey, Max, I can't even. People have done that. I can't even. I'd love to be able to argue and you shout you down. But it's realistic in my eyes. You got this one lower place than I do. I can't shout you down and say you're wrong. I'm saying I'd have more of an issue if you said 3rd and you're a West Ham fan.
Yeah. Because no one had this. No one when Ineos took over. No one's top 2 names on the list was get me Mazawari and Delit in the defense. It was like Lenior is a good signing, but he's out injured for 3 or 4 months. It was potentially.
He's out to the end of the year. That's what
He's out to the end of the year. Delit is needs to find some sort of redemption arc. Is he gonna be able to do that? Because basically now he's the de facto. Well, if Alessandro stays fit, but if Alessandro doesn't stay fit, Delit's basically the de facto leader of that defense. given everything else, like you got Dello, who's a decent right back.
He's decent.
Mazawari, who I don't know how good he is at left back, and then you've got, like I said, you got Lindelof still there. You got Johnny Evans still there. You got Maguire still there.
That's my guy.
I can understand. Everyone loves optimism for a new change and something like that. But like I said,
what the craziest part is?
I'm sorry, I just can't hear 3rd.
The crazy part is that I hear you. Nothing ain't even changed like that. And big up to Veta, because Veta really trying to sell Kool-Aid. I respect it. He says 1st and 2nd is clear. The rest will be a proper battle in United for 3rd. United transfer have improved, and Ten Hag just has to coach like year 1. So Veta, like I said this to you, and I say this now.
You see year 1
I thought Van Nistelrooy and Hack were in here to coach.
Yeah.
So I thought they was here to do the coaching. That's why they've been brought in. This is what I've been told. They've been brought in to coach. Yeah. They have, and they are definitely trying to sell me Kool-Aid. Your squad has barely changed, and you have the same manager. LOL. I think it's just people. You singing from the same.
This is what I was talking about.
This is ridiculous.
People see new signings and immediately think, "Yo, this is something different." I feel a new energy here. No, bro, the squad is still here. Like, bro, there's still the dead player here and the dead player there and the dead player there. Like, well, that was still in goal. People don't talk about this.
Yeah, that'd be the same if we kept Poch and we still signed Neto and Felix and potential Felix and Amsterdam. I'm going first of all. Well, I'm never seeing Neto again the way Poch does.
He retired at 25.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't want. I don't think he'd ever play Felix. It'd be like, I think Osimhen's going to be running to the ground. Oh, by the way, a side note: hold that USA for your next head coach in Poch. You can hold that.
Hey, you know, you can hold that especially as well. Marshall, man, went from leaving your club to joining your national team. Love that, man.
He was trying to back the Poch thing for the longest possible. So
you know what? That's karma deserves you. The same way
I think he renounced his citizenship. He's definitely Peruvian again, fully. So it's all good.
Marshall, respectfully, if you're listening to this, the Peruvian FA doesn't give a toss for you either. So it's either Poch. It's Poch of the Peruvian football, and it's either that, man. But it is what it is.
At least
he's got to be. He can't be any worse than Poch. He just can't be. He can't be. No. Even if
the thing about Maresca is he's a modern day coach, and that's what everyone's looking for. Yeah. The tactics of the past, because you can't even say Pep hybrid. He adapts, and Klopp was probably getting to the end, and that's why he moved on a bit. But Ancelotti is probably the only one you could say is an old school one that lets things go. But he's at Real Madrid, so that's like an asterisk beside that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Maresca, listen. I tell you what I like about Maresca. He didn't make excuses. At least he took, like he said, during preseason, said what was wrong, said how they're going to try and address it. Poch wouldn't take any blame for anything. He'd push it to someone else. And I cannot wait for the USA fans that we know to say that. He probably will do well because he's only got for a short amount of time.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to be there to see it live in the flesh because I'm going to be out in America for the World Cup 2026. So you get to see Poch ball.
Do you host qualify automatically?
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I forgot. Fuck, man. Because I was literally about to ask, do you think he actually makes it? I was saying, but I don't think he could, depending how bad it is, he could still get sacked. Because I said this about Pochettino. He's a manager who will need training time. He needs training. And I mean, you saw how much training he had with Chelsea last season and how that was. So imagine him with limited time of training.
I love it. Isn't Pulisic?
Probably not. I see
Pulisic has got some injury concerns in the past before. He's going to love it being run into the ground by a Poch. Those training sessions.
He says, could I ask both Jez and Surfer what is their lineup for Leicester City away and Manchester City at home? Yeah, we'll go to you first, Jez. No, actually, we'll go to you, Surfer, because you're the Sunday. So we'll go to you first because you're the day before. So Chelsea versus Manchester City. There will be a watch along live on the Sarcasm City TV playback.
So I think he's going to go with.
No. What's yours? What would you go with?
Mine?
That's what he's asking because he said, "What is their lineup?" Yeah.
I'd go with. I'll go with Jorgensen in goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a high endorsement of Jorgensen. It's just that Sanchez is crap. Whatever back four and invert, whatever. I've got Gusto, Tosin, Colwell, and Cucurella. Lavia, Caicedo, Palmer and Cuckoo, Sterling and Jackson. That's what I've got.
What are you saying, Jez? Obviously, you play Monday.
Remember, no Basuma, Jez. Remember that.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, this is the funny part. I wouldn't even would have wanted my 11 personally. There's a hard decision between Vicario and Fraser Foster. So it's like,
shut up, man.
I saw Vicario's pass against Bayern, and I was like, Fraser Foster maybe. Man, Vicario and goal, man. I'll stop later. I actually don't know if Rizog is actually ready to play on Monday. I don't know. Like he trained this week, but I don't know if he's ready. So I come back with the left back one. I need to think. Van der Ven, Romero, Paul, then the midfield three of I think I thought Bentancur in for the first game. Fuck that. Gray, Sarr, and Madison. That's the I expect Madison to score at least a score. If he doesn't score, bro, you getting benched against Everton. I'm sorry, bro. This is against Leicester. This is against
He
Leicester, bro.
doesn't score. So say he plays well and you win the game, you still get
I
benched.
don't care, bro. I don't care.
He's got
Like,
scope.
you have
Imagine this guy, right? Tottenham win 6-0. Madison's got 4 assists. Yeah, but
Yeah, but yeah, he's got score.
bro, get your bro. If you don't score, I want bro. I don't say if you don't score. So yeah, that's the midfield, and the front three is I expect it to be Son, Solanke, and Johnson. Unless we make a signing all of a sudden in the next 12 hours. In the next 12 hours, if you make a signing, the dude makes a medical and he's ready to go, it's gonna be Johnson on the right wing. So yeah, left back though. Ah man. Left
Ben
back.
Davis.
Nah, just he hates him at left back. He hates him. He rather face him centre back.
But what would you do?
What I would do? Fucking
Ragusin centre back and Van der Ven at left back.
Thank you. I do that. Van der Ven left back. Jews and centre back because I'm not putting Jet Spence at left back. Fuck that.
Does that mean Alex Felix will be on your bench?
I heard that he's getting loaned out, but I think they're gonna keep it. I heard he's getting loaned out.
You got no centre back.
Ask the manager. Ask the manager because he has control. People think like he has no control. There's
no chicken around to play centre back anymore. In case you get
Ben Davis, Oliver Skip, Cray. No, I'm saying like ask the manager.
You're right. You're right.
I'll say ask the manager. Like say
Ben Davis is your fourth centre back this season. I've just pictured
it. We're probably gonna be in centre back there unless we go and buy one. But I don't know. To Jax in the chat, Doggy is back. He's back in training, but I don't know if he's actually match fit. That's the difference. Like he hasn't played a preseason. They only play against Bayern, but he only played like 20 minutes, 20 to 35 minutes. So
you just got to go with life, mate. Just got to go with life, mate. Just got to play the game.
High line.
I'm saying,
pass the ball, you flaming guy. Pass the ball.
Pass the ball. I'm saying, but say is higher right. I'm saying,
flaming it.
Just rest of the team, please.
I sent the team already.
He's done it.
Run through the team again. Run through.
It's not even listening.
Run through the team again. That was the whole Madison team.
I'll go again.
He's trying to defer from Man United tour of asking for you to repeat your lineup again. That's
okay. Vicario and goal. Left back Van der Ven. Centre backs Dragusin and Romero. Right back Pearl. Midfield three of Gray, Sarr, and Madison. And the front three of Son, Solanke, and Brent Johnson. That's a team.
There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, Madison, we'll get to that. What goal difference will Manchester United have at the end of the season? +1. There's over 100 people locked in right now. Which is sick.
Wait a minute. Are you going to concede 82 goals then? Is that what you're saying? You're going to concede 82 goals?
Hey, the high line. I'm saying this is the Man United high line.
The high of certain, man. They're definitely lines with this shit. Definitely high of fucking lines, man. This is outrageous. This is outrageous.
You can get high in Amsterdam to feel so it makes sense.
But it's high. Yes, it's ridiculous. But yo, there's over 100 of you lot locked in. Big up, man. Big up that everyone's locked in. Over 100 people in here. That's no raids either. So much appreciated. Run up the likes though. Girls up to 100 likes because we're only at 70. So hit that like button if you haven't as well. You know one thing? 82 goals and 81 conceded would be hilarious. You know what? That would also be great entertainment on the watch-alongs. Hey, run me that. If we score 82 goals and concede 81, that just means goals galore. Better than the bullshit we've had, where Eddie's falling asleep, Sheik's falling asleep, I've almost fallen asleep. It's better than that. What do you say, Jez?
I'll keep it. I will be there for the entertainment. Like, I'm a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, you're all about the people.
Such a noble man. What question? Where's your lineup though? Why is it just me and Sofa?
Because he didn't ask for my lineup.
Hey, Chuck, ask him for the lineup.
If they ask me for the lineup, that's why I asked the question.
Should I ask for the line? Okay, I asked
He
the
said,
question.
"What's their
then.
lineups?" Yeah.
Okay, let
So he fell
me
asleep.
ask
Warrior J, how many United content creators fell asleep? But this is the all right. Just because we added Xerxes, he's probably not going to play often. Hey, Mike's, I was tempted to say 0, but I said +1 because I do think that I think we will concede a little bit less. I think we'll score a little bit more. That's all. But he asked for your
Hey, George, ask for us for the lineup, man.
Yeah, that's for the lineup. But speaking of that, before I get to that, AJB says flawless with Jaden. What the PSG? I just seen Sophie's comment. What the
There you go. Hey, let's go.
Someone put it in the chat.
From Winter Surfer, Man United versus
yeah. Respect one of your mods.
Yeah, mods, yeah, exactly.
Respect to all my mods, not called Winter Surfer and YG Jazz. The rest of them I love.
Those guys are classic.
Like Mike's.
Those guys are cool.
Like Mike's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mike's had to ask, hey, Mike's a forward boys, I'll get to it in a sec. Flawless with Jaden Sancho wanting the PSG move and Agate wanting the Manchester United move. Why don't just play for player and move? I think they'll make that happen. I think that's what it is. I think now they're just bargaining and negotiating because it's like they probably don't want to do straight swaps. But then United probably for Sancho would want money and Agate, and then PSG for Agate would probably want money and Sancho, and that's where the stalemate is. Like you see with Chelsea with Osimhen and Lukaku, and with the Napoli deal, I think it's the exact same thing. Imagine United just don't move smart. It's like when Brentford were interested in McTominay, and I'm like, Ivan Toney is right there. Offer them money and Ivan Toney. Or you go get Ivan Toney on loan, and Fulham wanted McTominay, and you say, here's money and McTominay for Anthony Robertson. And then you go get a left winger as well. You sign Agate, you go get another central midfielder. It's really not that much. It's really not that difficult to do. But hey,
I think the most important thing is that we hear your lineup versus Fulham.
Yes, I'm going to get to it. It says, Mike kindly said, what's your line? So what's the lineup I would like to see against Fulham? Is that because that's what you lot said?
Yeah,
I'm giving my lineup. Onana in goal because it has to be him.
No, you need to verify that. Mike's, do you think, what lineup do you want? Do you want the 10 Hag lineup or flawless lineup?
What lineup do you want? Do you want my lineup or do you want the one I think 10 Hag's going to go?
Let's say. Let us know.
Look at this one. The season ain't even started, yo, and I'm already being trolled like this, yo. This is it's gonna be a long season.
What do you mean trolling?
We just asked for our lineups. We just
want my lineup.
There we go.
Onana in goal. I'd go Delo left back, Mazarari right back, De Ligt, Martinez as the centre backs. Midfield, it has to be Casemiro, Maino, Bruno, because there's nobody else. It has to be those three. Because you're not playing Eriksen, I'm not playing Mount, I'm not playing McTominay. So that's it. It's those three. Just law of averages. Diallo from the right, I'm playing Jadon Sancho as the false 9, and then Rashford from the left. But what he will go with is Onana in goal. He'll switch the fullbacks. The centre backs will be the same. Midfield won't be the same because he'll play Mount. He'll play Bruno in the false 9, and he'll play Garnacho instead of Diallo. Rashford will play. There you go. You got both. You got the lineup I think Ten Hag will play, and you got my lineup as well. How do you ain't starting Ahmad? Reports came out. I think I was on the show talking about it. I was, and Jez DM'd me and was like, look at this, check your DMs. I can't remember what show it was. It was probably one on here. And
Mandem United.
Said, Mandem United, and reports came out, so Tuesday. And I was like, this ain't no surprise. Anderson got jokes. St. John Ingleton, great name, says, why no Mount? Because he's rubbish. That's why. Bruno in the false 9, that's a crime against football. And you know what's even worse crime against football? Putting Mount in the 10 behind him. I know what's even worse than that, having Rashford on the left wing. I know what's even worse than that, having Garnacho on the right wing. You know what's even worse than that, having that as your quartet. You know what's even worse than that, having Erik Ten Hag as a manager. But here we are. Big up Colin Scott as well. Number 1. Big up, man, for the sticker. Much appreciated, Colin. Thank you. Yeah, go on.
Tomorrow if Rashford, Bruno, and Mount start, right? If it starts, it's £1 million in wages. No, sorry, £900,000 in wages. 900,000.
I didn't get that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because Mount's on 2. Everyone forgets Mount's on 250. 250. Hear that, Jez? Mount's on 250 at there. 250.
Moro, it's horrible. I don't like Bruno and Maino and Casemiro together, but that's the best we have.
Protect this kid.
I'm not playing Eriksen. I'm not playing Mount. I'm not playing McTominay. So unfortunately, it has to be those three. Now, if you sign a
Man
guy,
United fans,
for conversation.
if you don't get another midfielder, pray for Kobe Mino. Swear to God right now.
I pray for him with another midfielder.
Actually, you're right. Pray for Kobe Mino this season. He's going to be run into the ground by club and country.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Into the ground.
And big up, but Colin, big up as well. Like I said, for the sticker, much appreciated, man. Thank you very much. And he says like and subscribe, yes, because he's over 100 of. For some, actually, I understand now why you lot are a fan of the show, because it's the OG show with these two dickheads. So yeah, you lot love this. There's over 100 people.
I don't understand this.
Why I don't know.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, just having conversations, and
I'm gonna get you that T-shirt. Why always us? I'm gonna get you that T-shirt, and Balotelli with why always me. I'm just gonna wear one as well.
Why always me? Like Balotelli settings, like well, it's a Man United Chelsea Spurs show. We talked about Man United, and you didn't like it. I don't know.
I didn't like you not talking about him. Now I didn't. I barely like me talking about it, but you lot talking about it, I'm not with whatsoever.
Because I know, Jez, if our clubs suffer this season like they probably will do, Flores will stay there nice and calmly and quiet in the corner, won't he?
When Chelsea was mid-table, I was chilled out. When Chelsea was mid-table,
when Chelsea was
mid-table, I was chilled out.
I said this was serious. So like saying to like, hey, I was
one with 9 men. I didn't. They were like, I didn't say no.
You was like, just here, have the mic. I was like, what do you mean have the mic, bro?
Because like you said, it's the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. So why would we not want to hear?
So no, you don't like it. No, you don't like it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Now the light's on you. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Okay, I'm saying, hey, the biggest thing is, your boy Madison, bro. I expect him 15 this season,
hey, don't ever call him my boy, man. You can call me any name under the sun. Do not call that man my boy.
Okay, you got.
That's not my guy. None of these my guys. I don't know these niggas, man.
Hey, because I got. Because I got a new shirt ready. I put Madison 10 defender batch just now. I got.
Crazy. Anderson says the savage is real. I regret asking now. Haha, man went for the thing is with Matt, I just don't rate him. Why don't you rate him? Because he does nothing of note. He doesn't excel offensively. He doesn't excel defensively. Words of Russell Westbrook, he's just out there running around tricking y'all. That's what he does. He's just out there running around. He don't affect the game in any way, shape, or form. We played Manchester City in the Community Shield. Manchester United actually played well in the game. I actually have no issue with how we performed in the game. Should have won it. It's Community Shield, but we did much better than I expected. What did he do? Nothing. Just out there running around. Don't excel at anything. He doesn't get you goals. He don't get you assists. He don't create for others. He don't make runs off the ball. It's like to even be a decoy runner. He don't win the ball back. He don't intercept. He don't do nothing. He don't excel apart from stamina. He don't excel at any physical attributes. Technically, has no attributes he excels at, and mentally he does. Because I will say that he's a willing runner. That's one thing I will say. He's a tireless runner. So he excels at 2 things when you talk about technical, physical, and mental attributes: stamina, and he's a willing runner. That's what it is. Like, okay, that's why. Colin, don't worry about it. He says, you're welcome, mate. I'll throw some more your way, but bills to pay. Wedding tomorrow, good luck, sub, and like, guys, top blokes, as I said. First and foremost, hope the wedding all goes well tomorrow, man. Congratulations on getting married. I hope you, your wife, and your loved ones all enjoy the day, first and foremost. I went to my first wedding a couple of weeks back. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it was shout out to my cousin because he got married. But yeah, man, don't worry about like throwing more money away. How you can support Colin. Just show up, man. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? That's more, and that's everybody. That's all I need you lot to do, even when these lot are running jokes. This stream gonna be flawless. If United lose tomorrow, we get an emergency stream. Won't be an emergency, but you'll get a stream. I'll do emergency streams. The emergency is when there's panic and something's gone terribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or something unexpected.
Flores literally streams from anywhere up to 2 to 3 times a day. He's got no time for an emergency stream.
Yeah, there's no emergency.
He has to squeeze the emergency stream.
And emergency is like something's unexpected. If we lose, it's not. But I will do.
Yeah, like 10 hard leaving or something like that. You know what I mean? 10 hard,
yeah. Something unexpected. But you'll probably do that. I was thinking about that. Will I do one? Maybe like 11th day. Depends the game, how it goes, how pissed off I am, what the reaction is. I'm more interested to see the reaction of everybody, not just United fans, but just the footballing world.
I suppose if it's a negative result tomorrow with the performance, you'd probably stay on after just a little bit just to discuss afterwards.
We might discuss.
You know what I mean? It must keep the flow going, you know. Because I'm sure like Eddie and Sheik will be like
it will be there.
Incandescent, you know.
It's crazy. And yes, Warrior J back again pod tomorrow. I think I'm gonna double check the chat, but I think it's 1 p.m.
Oh, the monster roasting continues. Oh, the monster roasting continues.
I think it's 1 p.m. Let me double check. Hold up. 1 second. Let me just check the group chat. You lot still over 100 people in there. Let's go up to 100 likes before we close out. Before we close out.
There's much left of Monster Cook. He's been sort of.
He's getting passed. He's getting passed around. He's getting passed around.
He's been through flames, right?
I was right. Yeah. 1 p.m. You know what I'm saying? 1 p.m.
Please turn your notifications on anyway for this channel, but turn your notifications on for that. Yeah. You're going to want to be there. Clear your schedule. I mean, Liverpool will be the first. Liverpool should be the first thing, and then just leave it. See what happens after that. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm sure troops won't want to do that much tomorrow.
Yeah, but he's gonna sit back and just enjoy the show.
Oh.
That's what I'm gonna do. Sit back and enjoy it. Oh, Sheik's doing a match reaction, 4:30 a.m. UK. Oh, is he doing one that late? All right, cool. Well, I'll be locked in anyway. Is it? You sure that's right?
Are you sure he's doing one that late?
It's 4:30 a.m. UK. Because obviously he is on West Coast time, so it might be. But even that's late for him still, because they're like 8 hours.
Yeah, that'll be like 8:30 his side.
Yeah, so he won't be doing because the game kicks off at 8, so that's not right.
I've never known him to do a stream that late, even.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because
I know he does it right after the game.
Yeah, he normally does it. Yeah, because he's on PT.
He got work. Right. Okay, you got work tomorrow. Okay.
Right. Yeah, because I'm looking here because if he goes up, because 4:30. Yeah, I don't know then.
Oh yeah, well, it's on a Friday, isn't it? He probably has got work. It's on a Friday, so it doesn't really help. So.
Yo, put me on the full screen.
Look at this guy, yo. That's a clean edit as well, you know. The edit looks clean as well. The edit is clean.
He's been silent for the past 5 to 7 minutes and you're working on the edit.
I have to make sure I get ready for the screens of chat that. I'm getting
going. You know what he's been doing? He's been racing against time, hoping you don't end the stream like that.
It has been as well. That's why nothing like that, yo. Look at this guy here.
He's like, look at it.
I'm looking for the stream, so when the Butcher's watching, man. When the Butcher's watching,
talk about something else.
Hey, Dave, don't even start the season. The season starts today. Dave, don't start the season. Dave, you're my guy.
Oh, this is gonna be a good season, bro. Like, either way, I'm gonna get my slander, bro. Even if Tottenham shit, bro. Even better, Madison's gonna be shit. I was like, I will be there.
No, Nick's not on. It just goes to show how much faith we have in this fraud of a manager when we're talking about emergency streams before the game has even started. Oh my god! And it's legit. You can see it now. Rants, Saeed, Sheik, whoever else, me, because I don't do emergency, but you understand the point.
Oh, what's that podcast Saeed does with there's like 8 of them.
Mandem United.
Oh, Mandem
Talk.
Mandem Talk.
That's got Musa in there.
Yeah,
Musa is one. Hope Musa right.
We talking about emergency streams, and the game has not even kicked off.
I'm saying like the channel half hope.
You want Ennis will say this season.
I've got a feeling. Man United content creators, I've already got the thumbnail ready. Just in case we're
there, guys. For those that have guys who do their thumbnails for them, yeah, definitely. Oh yeah,
Make me two. If they've gone, make me two. Make me one of them like this, I know you want to look like this.
Yeah, 100%. Are you watching what that Saeed, because he's going to the game after the because all the hoping it's going to be cold.
Oh, I hope he finds Nuruddin. I want to, if you don't play well tomorrow and don't have a good result, I need to hear Nuruddin's reaction to it, man.
Are you watching what Ten Hag Innes will say this season? No, John. The reason why not, because I know they're going to. I've already seen the excuses for him online already. I've seen the excuses, not from them all, so I can't pile them all.
Ineos haven't backed him.
Ineos haven't backed him in injuries. I can see it already.
Injuries. Oh, what do you expect? He's not got his coaches anymore. Stuff like that. Yeah.
I already know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I saw the Ten Hag quote about the team not being ready. He made excuses already. Yeah,
did he say that?
Ready. Yeah, he said we're not ready. Other teams are not ready as well, but we must do it. Yeah, man. I can see it already.
What do you mean you're not ready? You've played like 7 pre-season games.
We're not ready, man. We're not ready because Yaro's injured and Xerxes came back late, and Luke Shaw's injured. Let's not forget that the Luke Shaw injury is key. Yeah, Luke Shaw's injury is key. So all this is cool because we're not ready. Yeah, man, we not ready. But hey, like I said, do I think we win the game? Yeah. Performance is going to be woeful though. Oh yeah, they'll blame Højlund as well because like Vate has been saying, it's his second season. So Højlund's gonna get to it because he's more acclimatized to the league and yeah, sure.
We didn't create enough chances. You got Bruno there.
Yeah, I know because Højlund got chances galore last season.
Yeah.
Chances galore. But that being said, we'll go there. Warrior J. Therefore, prediction for Chelsea versus Manchester City at the Bridge Sunday. Well, there will be a watch along live on the Sarcasm City TV playback.
I can actually see a high scoring game, and not like the 4-4 draw last year, but I think we'll lose, but it'll be like 3-2, something like that. Saying that, as long as you don't gift them the first 2 goals like we did in pre-season, then that we shouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Oscar Bob's now out on Sunday.
Everyone else give their predictions in the chat as well for the Chelsea.
So, I think unfortunately we'll lose 3-2. Although apart from last season, playing City early in the season is usually a good thing because they're not up to speed.
Not get into it.
I don't know whether last year's like an aberration when they go back. It's also got similar for me. It's got similar feeling to like last year's Liverpool game at home. It's like in terms of new squad, new manager, stuff like that. We didn't really know what was going to happen. I hope he doesn't play Ben Shaw on left wing like last year, but that's all good. So I'm going to go. Unfortunately, I'm going to go 3-2 City.
3-2 City. Okay, first I'm seeing mixed in the chat. And Kenji, I don't think you're talking to me, are you? When you said all this time, I thought you supported United. I'm sure you. I guess.
They can't be talking to me, I guess. I don't know why.
Chelsea and Spurs on it, maybe anyway. But you know what, Kenji? I fucks with the Avi, man. Uncle Ruckus, man. Hilarious character as well. And yeah, Ten Hag is just, But Nick says 3-0 City. Nephew says 3-1 City. 1-1 S. Madison. Warrior J says 2-1 City. 2-1. No, Warrior J said 2-1 Chelsea. All right, Warrior J. Okay, Justin is saying 3-1 City. 1-1 City, says S. Madison. Trigger says 3-1 City. Mike's is saying, make sure you subscribe to Mike's channel as well. Chelsea 2-2. I mean, the game 2-2. 3-0 City from Fabrizio. Kenji saying 4-2 City as well. Chelsea, John saying 3-2 Chelsea also. I would love a draw. I'd love a draw or Chelsea. Wimbledon is possible. This is the worst team in a long time, to be honest. All right, Fez. Big up Jacob in the cut as well. Shout out to Jacob. Make sure you subscribe. 3-2 City.
Big up Jacob.
Yeah, you know what? They might have thought I was a Tottenham fan, and that is my fault, actually. I will forgive anyone who thinks I'm a Tottenham fan.
It's your second team. So
absolutely. Yeah, it's my second team. 100%. Yeah. Even though when I talk to Jez, I'm like, I hope they lose every fucking game at times, but we move. I see a 4-3 Chelsea.
What did we do? What did we do?
2-2. Eli said 2-1 City. Big up Eli. I hope you're blessed, family. Boston says 2-2. On to your mob. Jez, Monday. Leicester City versus...
It's your mob as well, though, right, Flores? Your mob as well.
Yeah, I'm mob. You know what I'm saying? Someone made a point in the chat. This is Madison's... Is this his first return to Leicester as well?
Yes, because they were in the Champions League.
So this is what I'm saying. I expect a goal.
All right, sure. Man. Scoreline prediction. Then. This guy, yo. This guy.
Wait, is this his sign off before he goes to Fenerbahce?
Anyhow,
they're trying to know he's open later than us. So,
hey, to be fair, the Tottenham window is still open after the Leicester game.
It opens later.
At full time, if he doesn't score a goal, bro, out of your virtue, bro, like go Fenerbahce. Jose needs to back up. He got him the Leicester fan, not the Tottenham fan. Oh no. Yeah, my prediction is 3-2 and 3-2 Tottenham. I think it's gonna be I think that's gonna be also a high scoring game. I think so too.
All right, first, because I'm seeing here, you lot let us know to no La Liga watch alongs because the Sunday game Madrid I'm on unfiltered, and then Saturday is bad stack, so I can't do the Barcelona game. But keep a lookout. I won't be doing any probably this month just because of how they've fallen, but definitely September I'm looking to do them 100%.
Definitely El Clasico. El Clasico is definitely.
Oh yeah, El Clasico. I don't even know when it is, but I'll have a look. But
it'll be on different times than whatever game.
No, I mean like I just don't know when it is in the season.
Oh yeah.
Big up S Madison says 2-0 Spurs, 3-1 Spurs. Madders Dago. Yes, Madders first return to Leicester will get booed. Jack says 4-1 to Spurs. Jacob says 4-2 Spurs, 4-1 Spurs. Yeah, Jez is dying, having a hardy big laugh over there. Dominic Solanke hat trick is what Jacob is saying there. That's what he's saying.
Yes, more.
That's one thing.
He has more of a reason. He has more of a recent hat trick than Kane has in the Premier League.
It's weird. I think there's more optimism at Ipswich than Leicester coming into this Premier League season.
Leicester's been in disarray. Leicester's been in disarray. They got hijacked earlier today as well from one of the attackers. So I've seen him get linked to Adam Hotchler from Leverkusen, and I've seen him getting linked to Ayew. If this had Ayew, oh Lord, like because I looked at the window, they signed Buonetta from Brighton on loan, Bobby Reed on a free. And the third player,
I think they might get a point. They might get a point.
Yeah, that's because they couldn't spend because they already had the financial issue already in the championship. So they even got lucky that they got promoted. So the team hasn't really changed. The quality they bring in is not really inspiring. I look at so far Ipswich signings, 100.
We took KDH.
That's fair.
KDH is a big mess, and they haven't replaced him. I think Buonetta is going to come in and play the role, but I don't know if he's really ready to play that role. I think they're going to get relegated.
Cool. So hey,
and they managed to Steve Cooper as well. That dude is shit, man.
Oh, what about your game, Flawless? What is your prediction for your game?
Yeah, I said it. 2-1 Manchester United.
Okay, 2-1.
2-1.
In the chat tomorrow's Fulham, Man United Fulham game in the chat. What are you saying? And be sensible. Don't try and try and trick a Flawless, but but be sensible.
I said this already, man. After Felon near United, bro, 71 goals to go.
Mount hat trick tomorrow, man.
Go on and chat before we close out. Go on, chat. Go on.
Wait, Mount, I forgot. Mount always has to play against relegation teams. Sorry.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, mid-table won't help. Yeah.
1-1 says Mike's. Madison says 1-0 United. Nephew says 2-2. TKL says 7-0 Fulham. 3-2 Fulham. 3-2 Fulham. Okay.
I would definitely play, and this goes to you as well, Jez. I would definitely play Mount and Werner when you play Southampton. They love scoring against Southampton. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Play Werner against Southampton, he loves it.
Nick says 3-1 Manchester United. Abdi says 2-2. Eli says 2-2. One thing that's a common theme with all these games is high scoring. Like that's probably the lowest score we've seen is 2-1 Fulham. A lot of people, but a lot of the games.
I heard United were close this season. That's what I heard.
I think most Premier League defenses are average. Apart from the top two, even Liverpool's are like, I think you can get Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Even though they had quite a good defensive record last year, but I think I'll put Liverpool in there. So I think apart from the top three, because look who finished 4th and 5th. Spurs and Villa conceded over 60 goals.
Yes, we did.
We finished 6th and conceded over 60 goals. You conceded nearly 60 goals. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, I think they conceded. I think they conceded more than that. They just barely scored more than conceded. But
Everton had better defensive record than
the
top.
The fourth best.
Yeah, fourth best in the league.
But people say you need. You know what? Let me know if you get into it.
But hey, can I ask you a question? Obviously, since we're obviously close to obviously ending the show,
Yeah,
you think this loan for Okuchuku to Southampton is a good thing for him?
Oh, that's to you.
Okuchuku,
He's talking about Leslie.
Leslie Okuchuku, yeah, because he's getting loaned to Southampton. I saw.
I saw that. I don't know. There's some mixed messaging out because he's used him quite a lot in pre-season. So I don't know. This might be like a last day sort of thing. I don't know. I think they're going to really think about it. You know, because I think because let's face it, Lavia's returned from a long-term injury. Do you know what I mean? You got number 8 there. You got KDH there. You got Caicedo there. Lavia, and I think Ugo Chukwo's the 5th. But then again, it's like if we're going to play a 10, then you limit the 2 places behind, don't you? So he might go because of that. So, but he's done well. We were supposed to go out on loan last season, but Poch only kept him because he's tall. He's a taller, so he kept him that way. So it's all good. So he's tall and a taller. That's why he kept him. So it's like a double thing. So he kept him.
Gotta keep the culture.
The culture. Yeah, but yeah, he might be one we eventually do flip though. Do you know what I mean? So, but then we got Carney Chukwuemeka's probably going to leave. So.
Yeah, Southampton. This is to it. Southampton in advanced talks to sign Leslie Ogochukwu on 1-year loan from Chelsea. No buy option. Multiple inquiries, but not for sale. 20-year-old midfielder, big part of Chelsea's long-term plans. He's seen loan deal.
The manager.
Martin seen as ideal for development. Okay,
he's very good. Russell Martin, very good. What he done at Southampton, where he turned them around and got them even in the playoffs last season. Very good. Obviously, I think they'll get relegated because I don't even know who they bought. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but he's very good. He's got very good the way he develops players. Southampton. I mean, it was a good thing in it, but the way they bought Leeds off the park several times last year. Do you know what I mean? It was a beautiful thing to see. So.
I'm with you on that.
Wow, bro! Leeds has had a rough 24 hours.
Already out of League Cup.
Yeah, Cup, and they lost to Jorginho Ruta as well.
They lost to who?
Jorginho Ruta, like he was like because most Leeds fans consider him like the best attacker.
Yeah,
and he just left after the 3-0.
Oh, he left.
No, Brighton came in yesterday for 14.
Oh, I love that, man. Yeah, nothing better than Leeds. Him, Somerville, is Nonto still there?
Yeah, Nonto's still there. Somerville's gone. Ruta has gone to Brighton. We took Gray. If Nonto leaves, jeez, like the best attacker might be Daniel Jones, bro. Daniel James,
yeah, man. You know what? Leeds hold that, man. I'm thinking it could
be
worse.
Leeds are falling apart again.
This is what happens if you butter. This is what happens when you butter the final. Like this is now we might don't see them for a couple of seasons.
Beautiful, man. They lost. They lost the final the day before we won the fight. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, it was great. It was great. Oh, it's beautiful. It is. And to Nick, who says Ipswich versus Liverpool and Arsenal versus Wolves on Saturday, there will be watch-alongs for both those games on the playback, people. So Ipswich versus Liverpool, Arsenal versus Wolves will be the 2 Saturday games I'm doing. And then the Sunday, I will be doing the Chelsea-Manchester City game on the playback. And then the Monday will be the Leicester City versus Tottenham Hotspur game. All of these are on the playback, though, the schedule already, people. So get over to the playback. Because the United games will be dual streamed. So Manchester United games will be on here on the YouTube and on the playback. All the other games, all other Premier League games, all non-Manchester United games are only on the playback. So if you want to see us, if you want to be involved in the watch-alongs and be watching along with us, no pun intended, people, get over to the playback expeditiously. You can see it there on the screen. Not only is it Premier League content, Champions League watch-alongs are over there as well. Europa League watch-alongs, Manchester United will be on here and on there as well. The gaming content's over there. NBA's back end of October. So all of the regular season watch-alongs and then the play-ins, the playoffs, the conference finals, the finals, all those over there as well. Boxing content, that's also on the playback. The Formula One, when Victor's back at it, that'll be on there with him and Fats as well. I know Steve's planning on doing NFL. That will also be over there. And that being said, this Saturday coming, So tomorrow, technically, UFC, Sheik, and the rest of the gang will be doing the UFC card. I don't know which card it is, so there's so much content. Look how many sports I just named. You got football, you got NBA, you got boxing, you got UFC, you've got
Don't forget.
the list. You got Formula One. The list goes on and on and on. So get over to the playback people. Playback.
Don't forget, Jez and I will be doing the Tiddlywinks qualifying World Championships in October. So we'll be doing that as well.
Hell yeah.
Qualifying because the Tiddly, levels. Absolutely.
Uno as well. Online Uno will be on there.
Hey, Uno's a
good game.
Flawless. Oh yeah, Uno's quality. Hey, is there online Uno?
Yes, there is, because we can do it.
We running online Uno. 100%. We running online Uno. Oh yeah. PlayStation. We running online Uno. 100%. And eventually, people, once I buy a Nintendo Switch, we will get to the Mario Kart. There will be Sarcasm City Mario Kart Championships. 100%. That's gonna be good fun. I just not bought a Switch yet because I just been mad busy, people. But yeah. And Steve says, Flawless, can I run Brentford versus Palace Sunday? It's the game before Chelsea, Manchester City, of course. So there you go, people. That's just added. So not only you're getting the game today, you're getting 2 games on the Saturday on the playback in Ipswich Town versus Liverpool and Arsenal versus Wolves. Then the Sunday you will now get Brentford versus Crystal Palace.
You know why he wants to do that, don't you?
Chelsea, Manchester City. Why? So we can say the Palace.
He wants to do that for 2 hours. That's all. That's all he wants to do.
I can't lie.
He doesn't care about the game.
Catchy. Big up to Lex time. Hope you're blessed, fam. Hope you're all good and everything like that. And yes, Playback. Tell him again, Colin. Playback's a good app, people.
Yes.
There's over 100 of you lot locked in. We're at over 12K subscribers here on the YouTube. I need all of you lot to get over to the Playback, people. You can download the app for free from your app store or just go to the website, playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. You create an account for free. And the same way you watch shows is the exact same on the Playback. The interface is really easy to use, people. And it supports. Sarcasm City TV. And you're getting all the extra content you don't get over here. Because it's road to 600 followers on there, people. So please go and follow the Sarcasm City TV Playback. It's much appreciated. Like I said, it's free. That's how you lot can support. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Mario Kart it's gonna be crazy. Oh yeah. That Sarcasm City TV Mario Kart Championships is going to be nuts. Playback channel name also Sarcasm City TV on Playback.
Right now, if we do Uno, that'll be wild as well. Because if you watch like Up Down Down by the rest of Xavier Woods, their videos about Uno, they have a whole game are wild. Okay, the way they react to someone double crossing them and cheating, it's just mad. Honestly,
well, so you mentioned that. I'm gonna do that.
Underrated game.
We'll probably run it.
Underrated game.
We probably run it. All right. Who else is live? I know Lee Gunner's live. Is there anyone else live, people? If not, we'll just redirect to Lee Gunner. I know Lee Gunner. I know we got probably 5,000 people watching.
Got another emergency meeting.
Lee Gunner, man. That's my guy. Spoke to him yesterday. Hilarious, man. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, it is.
I don't see.
They're more stressed than our teams. They're more stressed than our teams.
I mean, they don't want to be Luigi for the third time. I get it.
Oh, they're gonna be Luigi, 100%. Either them or Liverpool. I'm saying so. He's either gonna be Luigi or back to Super Saiyan Luigi.
One of them gonna be told.
It's whoever was run up to Usain Bolt for 8 years. Do you know what I mean? They just switch shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. All right, we closing out. And one last thing, people, I know I've thrown a lot of information at you lot, but you lot are very intelligent people. We are available on all audio platforms as well. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. So if you want to not watch this podcast, but listen to it on Spotify or iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. And this show and all the other shows will pop up. And if there is a podcast, what's the word I'm looking for? Podcast distributor that you listen on and the show's not on there, let me know. And I'll get it updated just for you people. I will do that. I will get Sarcasm City TV on whatever audio platform you are listening on if it's not on there. But hey, big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Absolute real ones. You know what I'm saying? Each and every time. Nothing but love for you lot, man. For real. And you get this show, unfortunately, every Thursday, 11:45 p.m. UK time with me and these two dickheads. So yeah. Anyway, big up Surfer, big up my Jez, big up Jez, the bros. Again, big up all the mods, big up all the members, all the new people, all the regulars. Love to all of you lot. Genuinely mean that as well. It's gonna be a good season, man. And we're
Can
gonna
I say something to the outro as well?
Of course, yeah, go on, of course.
Shout out to Mr. Hasselhard 304 that made it out of the hospital, recovered. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. So shout out to him. Somebody said he hustled hard in the hospital to get out of there, but bro, all I'm saying, bro, that's the dog, bro. That's the dog. We need the content this season, so big up to him. How you feel? I mean that his start is all right, so man, big up to him.
Love that. That's fine. Love that for real. And this guy, you know what's crazy is as soon as people, it's a life or death situation, but as soon as people know you're all right, they're making jokes. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know, it is hustled hard to get out. So man, genuinely, I'm glad he's okay. For real. And to Mighty Silver, thank you for joining the playback, man. Make sure, like I said, man, all the watch-alongs are over there. So all non-Manchester United watch-alongs are over there, people. So make sure you head over there as well. Let's see what else. But yeah, Colin, thanks, guys. Good night. And big up for the super sticker as well. But we're going to redirect to League Gunner anyway. We're back live today, people. First and foremost, 4:30 p.m. UK time. Talk Your Ish fan calling show. So a further time for you lot to call in to get your top 8s in, people. So 4:30 p.m. UK time. That'll be live open calling show. So it's open no matter who you support, where you're calling in from. And then obviously 7 p.m. right live on here. The opening game of the Premier League, Manchester United will kick off their campaign versus Fulham. And then you may get a stream after that, depending on the result, or Pro Club. So you may get Uno. But anyways, we're closing out. Love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show, Man United pod, Ballers at the Bridge pod, Talking at Tottenham Talk pod, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up again.